excuse me. Happy New Year. Welcome to 2025. I've seen a lot of memes going, well, before I sign up to this, I want to check the terms and conditions. And it does feel a bit like that. Well, we have had a snowy start to the new year here, both in Scotland, where I was, because Mum wasn't so good over Christmas. And I went up a bit earlier than planned. And now I've come back home. We've had a bit of snow as well. So I hope that the weather is kind to you wherever you are. What have we got for you today? Well, first of all, some really interesting news. Bhopal, the hazardous waste from that disaster, which is over 40 years ago now, has finally started to go to an incineration plant. I was slightly surprised that there's a massive amount of security around it, but Ali informs me that there was a trial of this in 2015, and it actually contaminated the site where they were trying to remediate the waste. So there's a lot of protests about the way that it's being handled, and that's why there's a lot of security. But that article from the Times of India I've just posted below should be interesting, shall we say. So that's happening there, and it's about time, frankly. Although whether the incineration method is going to be quite as successful as I think it will be, will depend on things like the temperature of the incineration, what they are trying to remove, and also the degree of the what is it I'm trying to say? Sorry, this cold is not helping. But also the degree of abatement that they have in mitigating any pollutants that are coming out of the flue gases, and what they do with the fly ash and the bottom ash. So it's not as easy as people maybe think it is. Anyway, it's still good news. It's still progress at last, because it has been hanging over India as a country, and Bhopal in particular, for 40 years. Dreadful legacy. Right, so that's a bit of good news. Now, the second thing is something very different, which is to do with the GB relationship with the EU. I was clutching my pearls, frankly, at the thought of this, but there has been a suggestion that GB should return the Elgin Marbles to Greece in order to have a closer link with the EU. Well, it happens to be a Greek former commissioner suggesting this, so I am slightly wary of this. And also, we know that people have been working towards returning the Elgin Marbles over the lifetime of several British governments, or half an hour, whichever way you look at it. But with the Starmer government making all these noises about wanting closer cooperation with the EU, it is an interesting one. And I am just typing and writing. Can't do that very easily. I'm going to put the link into the Telegraph article. I believe you can have access to it. That's that link going in there. I believe you can have access even if you're not a subscriber. So if you sort of sign up for a free account. But it is worth a read. It's another straw in the wind, basically. I'm sorry. So that's the kind of work side of things. And you'll be thinking, well, that's all well and good, but what about Owlkitty's famous videos? And the answer is, we have got 2 for you again today, because we're doing double duty over the holidays. By the way, thank you very much for watching if you are live, and also if you're watching on catch up. So the first one is The Witcher. And I'm just going to pop that video below now. And the second one is an Avengers. No, wait. Avengers Endgame, because there's so many Avengers movies I get lost there. And there was a really interesting thing on LinkedIn the other day, which I feel I must share with you, which is advice for bad toxicologists. and I thought you might find it very amusing, but very true at the same time. So let me just pop this link below just now. There we are. So I think that's fine. So whatever you're doing today, I hope you have a lovely day. I hope you haven't caught a dreadful feverish cold like what I managed to pick up in Scotland. And I hope your start to the new year is everything that you hoped it would be. With a bit of luck, I'll be well enough to croak at you, maybe not croak at you next week. So take care of yourselves and Happy New Year again. Bye.